Okay. So, first video. I have a couple notes I want to go over here. Not really much. It's very sparse, very thing. But I have something to eat. A little bit of carbs, a little bit of protein, a little bit of fat, a little. This is kind of a meal. I don't know. That's good. Anyway, um, I'm starting this channel. Kind of, it's just tracking progression and stuff. I'm started cutting recently, tracking calories, tracking all the macros and everything. So I have all that tracked. Um, and I think I might start doing some eating. Of course, this first one is me eating. It's because I'm hungry. Um, but I think we're gonna do some eating. But I think a lot of the filming, a lot of the videos you're gonna see, is probably gonna be me working out. I work out 6 times a week. I don't know. I feel like it's a good thing. It works for me. I like it. Realistically, it's whatever works for you, and it works for me, so I like it. I do it. But yeah, so I think this is definitely gonna be a shorter video. We're just gonna talk a little bit. Um, but I do feel like this is gonna help me track my progress, and I think it's mainly gonna be working out, but it might eventually get into eating too. Um, just because that plays such a huge role in working out, whether that's strength, cutting, bodybuilding, whether you're doing it for sports like football, wrestling, boxing, or I feel like the gym or really any athletic activity goes really hand in hand with your eating habits and like just yeah, I mean, realistically, your eating habits, your water intake, stuff like that, like your physical food, it affects all that so much, and food can affect your mood 100%. I'm happy right now. I'm so happy. I do feel like it is going to be a good, nice little way to track progress, and if some people decide to join me for the ride and come watch, or might have some friends come join in the videos. It'd be amazing. Uh, but I'm just here to have a good time. I'm not here to get famous or anything like that. It's not my thing. This is really more for like tracking progress. Um, you know, but I do think it would be it's a fun way to track progress. I get to act like I'm talking to somebody. But yeah, like topic of the day, probably gonna be like I'm eating, so it's gonna be about eating. Um, Probably like just how hand in hand eating can go with pretty much everything in your life, whether that's working out, sports, hell, your mood. I can promise you, I know people who don't eat like they're supposed to. Terrible fucking mood. All the time. Um, so I do feel like food goes hand in hand in a lot of places. And whenever I used to play football, uh, nobody cares I used to play football, but whenever I used to play sports, um, our coaches were honest about eating. So I'm glad to have that knowledge that eating can affect so much and can help you out so much. You know, I don't know. I feel like I see it way too often. I see it in one of my buddies where they get way too um I don't know. They're having their last meal of the day at like 3, 4 o'clock, and I'm thinking you're going from let's say it's as late as it can be 4. Most people go to bed around what 9 or 10. That's anywhere from 5 to 6 hours you go without eating until you go to sleep. And then if you're fasting in the morning, that's even longer. But you should have 7 to 8 hours of sleep. on top of the 5 to 6 hours you didn't eat before that. So it's just, I don't know, me personally, I save about 300 calories for whenever I go to bed. I can have a nice little midnight snack, whatever, just a little something. Um, but I do like to kind of eat throughout the day, smaller meals, but more periodically. Um, I feel like that keeps my energy levels pretty stable. I feel like it keeps me full. It keeps me not really like craving anything I'm not supposed to be having. Like sweets and stuff like that. You don't. Um, I was about to say you don't want those. You don't need to eat those, but there are times and instances where sweets can be implemented and be helpful. Um, but I don't do sweets. That's me. I feel like my energy levels stay more consistent without sweets. Um, but yeah, um, I don't know. I think eventually I'll get into showing you guys more of what I eat throughout the day and on a day to day basis. But I think it's definitely gonna start out as like working out and doing post down stuff like that, just to really track my progress and make sure I'm getting, I mean, realistically with how much fat I have on me, uh, kind of early into my journey, but with how much fat I have on me, I should still be able to build muscle even while cutting because I should be able to burn plenty of this energy. Um, and maybe not, maybe my expectations are sparse there. They're misguided, but that's what I'm going to try and do. And then once I get under a certain weight, which I'm not sure what that is yet, I'm trying to work everything out. Um, I'm going to figure out when I'll start doing muscle retention instead of strength building. Because at a certain point, you are just going to get retention. I think I'm going to get down to a nice cut weight, bulk back up to the good maintain for quite some time, just building muscle, stuff like that, maybe on a slight bulk, and cut back down and, whatever. Uh, I'm sure it's going to be quite a long process, but we're going to get through it. We're going to fucking do it. Um, you know, it's really good. I love Zimos. I recently, uh, one of my buddies went to college out of state, and it's not even that far away. It's like 45 minutes away, and they don't have Zumos. He can't find Zumos anywhere. That state just doesn't sell Zumos. It's Louisiana, by the way. Uh, I don't know what all states don't sell Zumos. I don't know if it's only a Texas thing. I genuinely, I do not know, but I don't think I can live without Zumos. Like, these things, so freaking good. I don't care what anybody says. But oh, I should have wrote down my macros to tell y'all. Um, I believe I'm at 253 grams of protein a day, 115 carbs, and I want to say like I'm just under 100, maybe a little over 100 on grams of fat a day. And then I'm at about 2,400 calories a day. If y'all are wondering kind of what my macros and stuff look like, that's realistically where we are. In which it's almost 11 as we speak. I'm about a quarter or a third, sorry, I'm about a third of the way through all that stuff. Probably around 12:31, I'll have another meal, and that should put me right around halfway through. Um, my calories halfway through all of my macros. Which my protein might be a little low. My protein's high, but I have protein powder to help with that. But the majority of your protein, a lot of your protein should be coming from meats, chicken, fish, stuff like that. Just because they have so many different things in them good for you, like iron, calcium. Fish has like omega 3s. I don't know how healthy that is. I really don't know how big of a deal like the official omega 3 type of stuff is. Um, I hear a lot about it, but I never really can pinpoint exactly what it does. Uh, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's something I try out. Maybe I try some omega 3s. Maybe I need to eat more fish. I don't know. I mainly eat chicken, and as you can see, I eat a little bit of sausage and beef. Um, reason why I say sausage, I don't know. I think this is a pork and beef blend, but I could be wrong. Primarily, I'm getting my protein um, from chicken, some red meat, but mainly chicken, just because it does have a lower fat content, which is helpful to me because my fat's so low. Um, um, it's helpful to me because my fat's so low. Um, and I do enjoy red meat, and I'm not gonna keep myself from eating red meat every once in a while just because it has a higher fat content. Absolutely not. I like red meat. I'm gonna eat red meat because I like it. I'm not gonna sit here and try and torture myself out of some red meat just because it has a higher fat content. There's no point in that. That's just gonna make me want to cheat on my diet more and with something that would probably mess up my diet more. And I don't think red meat's going to mess up my diet, mess up the cut whatsoever. Um, as long as you stick to it, you stick to your macros and whatnot. But I'll probably have red meat, some sort of red meat, 3 times a week, or like 3 meals a week or whatever. Um, just because I like it. I like red meat, and you cannot get me away from it. Um, but yeah, uh, I think my first workout video is gonna be tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm about to restart that. I'm so gassy. Um, I think my first workout video is probably gonna be tomorrow. Kind of see where we're going, what we're doing. Tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday. So tomorrow is gonna be probably like a chest, probably like we'll do we'll do chest, tries, and forearms. Which I know, it's push, push, pull. I don't really care for arms as forearms. Um, and usually I only do about an exercise or two for forearms, just because your forearms already use so much, and for me, I'm just not massive. I don't have to work out my forearms right now. Let me just get everything right, and then I'll start really critiquing and whatnot. And I'm sure you guys will see I'm not symmetric. Once I get to working out tomorrow, I'm not symmetric. I know, but we're working on that. We're getting it all figured out. Um, I'm doing isometric stuff to try and help that out. Um, you know, that's going to take some learning. It's going to take some fixing. Um, but I'm happy to learn. I want to learn. Uh, I want to get better at this kind of stuff. I think it's helpful. I think it's fun. I like it. I think part of it's because I hate myself. No, I'm kidding. But I don't know. I feel like it'll definitely help me having like a digital log of like my progression instead of just like numbers on a screen. Like all this is numbers on screen. Weight. Kind of what my maxes are, whatever. Now I actually be able to physically see it and maybe see changes, stuff like that. And I think I'll like that more. And I'm excited to um, see and continue doing that. Um, but yeah, so you know, I think so far the cut's going pretty good. Um, from my original weight, like the day I started cutting weight in, from my original weight, I'm about 11, 12 pounds down already. It's been 4 weeks. Um, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. And, I feel like I'm doing the shit that I need to be doing. I feel like it's working out for me, and I'm happy about that. I have no complaints. Um, just whatever works for you, just keep doing it. And I mean, like, I don't know. You don't have to change your workout week to week. Now, me personally, I change my workout um, pretty often, but it's not like major changes. It's really just basically the same workouts, but maybe switched around a little bit, um, or variations. I like variations. I like to feel like I'm doing, something a little different or whatever, even though it's hitting the same exact muscles. It's the same sort of movement, whatever. I like variations, and you'll see that. I'm sure. um, just so it's not a surprise to y'all, I don't squat and I don't deadlift. I don't power clean. Um, I might get into deadlifting, but I don't think I'm gonna squat just because I uh, I do have a torn ACL, and we are going to be starting out pretty much this bodybuilding or whatever. I don't really know what to call it. Journey on a torn ACL, and there might be a day that I go and get surgery for that or something. And I'm sure I'll take y'all along and keep y'all updated. But it's okay for now. I do physical therapy on it, whatever. I know everything I'm supposed to do with it, and it feels strong. It feels good. Um, so I do feel like I might not need surgery as of right now, but that does. I'm not going to say restricts me. I'm going to say it makes me nervous for myself to do squats and maybe a little bit more explosive movements with my knee. But we'll figure that out. We'll get to that. I'm sure I'll start exploring a little bit more. But I think this first week or two of videos, I'm gonna kind of do me, and then I might start branching out and trying some new stuff that I don't even really try that much. And I'm not super far in the gym or nothing like that, but I do know somewhat what I'm doing. Um, I might start experimenting with squat again. I don't know. Like, I do like squat. It's just it makes me nervous with my knee. Bear, what are you doing? My dog's barking. We're gonna go. Yeah, so it was just a guy delivering our package. So yeah, it was literally just a guy delivering a package. My dog's fucking, he's stupid. No, I'm kidding. I love him. Bear, come here. Come here, Bear Bear. Bear Bear. Bear Bear. Come here. Come say hi. Sit. 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 Oh. This is my dog. Name's Bear. Uh, where's your collar at? Okay. Oh, we're gonna leave it be. Um, he keeps acting up. He might get worked into the macros. Oh, mwah. All right, go play. Go play. No, don't jump on me. Go play. Um, but you know, I don't know. I think it's all going to be a learning experience, especially using the camera and using different equipment, stuff like that. Uh, Camera wise, is definitely going to be a learning experience to me. I've never really been big into cameras, never really been big into editing, anything like that, but I'm sure I can figure it out. I'm sure I can do just fine. Is that fucking fly? Um, I'm sure I can figure it out. I'm sure, you know, it's not going to be production level. It's not going to be, amazing or anything like that. It's going to be good. It's going to be good though. I think I'm going to put in some good effort into it, and you'll enjoy it. Sadly, I already did hit my workout today, so it's not even like I could be like, surprise, we're actually doing a workout video. I already did hit my workout today, but I'm gonna wake up early tomorrow morning and make sure to film my workout and show y'all. I guess I'm gonna do it in the morning. I don't know. I like evening workouts, but uh, those can be a little bit rough for filming, I think, because there is a good amount of people in my gym in the evening. I think it's just people getting off of work and stuff, uh, which is something. I like the evening workouts because I feel like I get a better pump. I have food in me and stuff like that. So I do feel like, you know, there is a benefit, but I'm probably going to do mornings just because I think it's going to be easier to film um, stuff like that, and I'll be able to get proper weigh-ins in the morning and whatnot. And that's how you're supposed to weigh in, is in the morning. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I think I went over pretty much everything that I wanted to go over. I have to finish this. Once that camera turns off, I'm gonna devour that. But yeah, no, I think I went over pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. I think we got, kind of our eating talk out of the way, kind of what the plan is with this out of the way. I feel like, yeah, I think we went over pretty much everything I wanted to go over. And I'm excited to start this journey, or continue this journey, but have a place to log my progression, and be able to visually see progression and stuff like that. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to do this. I think it's going to be fun. But yeah, I guess until next time. Until tomorrow when I work out. I don't know. I guess I got to figure out intros and outros now. I don't know how to make videos. We're working on it though. We're working on. I just know how to eat and work out sometimes. Um, we're working on it. We're working on it. But you know, I think we went over everything I wanted to go over. So I think that's pretty successful. I think, yeah, I think I'll, fucking eat this shit.